And joining me live from where else but Mumbai, Shobha De, author and columnist, Shaina NC, Shiv Shinde Sena leader, Tara Deshpande, actor and writer. Three high-profile Mumbaikars who've chosen, despite the city's many eccentricities, many difficulties, to remain and live and flourish in that city. Welcome. Thank you very much for being with me. Shobha De, to you first. I honestly don't know what else to ask year after year when we visit these sordid images from Mumbai. Who to blame? What do we do in a city like this huge, beautiful city called Mumbai? Today the floods hit places which have never been flooded even in the past. It's actually getting worse. What's on your mind today, ma'am?
What's on my mind is really how exceptional Mumbaikars are. You called it sordid. I don't think of it as sordid at all. I've been out myself. I've just gotten back. People are on the streets. People have spent, some of them, hours and hours getting to work. Some of the shops have reopened. It's a huge trauma that Mumbai goes through year after year. Well, this time it was really quite exceptional. The rains came early, 16 days early, the monsoon. And we had more rain than in the past 100 years in one day. I don't think this is the right time to be bashing up the municipality, bashing up civil servants, bashing up our cops. I think they do a Herculean job. Once again, even today, they've done an incredible job, particularly the cops. I mean, this time they're being helped by technology, which is fantastic. We have over 8,000 CCTV cameras across the city. The control room, the traffic cops are now equipped with walkie-talkies. They're WhatsApp groups. They're coordinating efforts. There are police people who have gone there, rescued children stuck in school buses, taken them to the police station, made sure that they're dry, fed, and safe. The railway tracks get flooded. Yes, we have spent 197 crores supposedly on getting Mumbai ready for the rains, for the monsoons, for the annual flooding that takes place. Maybe a lot more needs to be done, for sure, but it's not for want of trying. Our pumping stations, the municipal commissioner has assured us, every one of them was in working order, the minor ones, the big ones. It's something it's really something which is overwhelming. It overwhelms the city, but it does not overwhelm the people of the city. I mean, that's the most amazing part. Now, Mumbaikars have seen the worst of it, I hope, but monsoons always bring out the best in all of us, and we help one another, and come hell or high water, we try our best to make it to work, and most of us do. We don't sit there because it's raining outside, we're likely to be flooded out, we may have to spend the night in the office. No one thinks like that. Yes, business is impacted. Yes, the shops lose a lot of revenue on this day. Yes, schools are shut. Yes, colleges are shut. But at the end of it all, look at the problems of Mumbai. More people coming in every single day. More cars, more auto rickshaws, more disruptions. I mean, it's just something that it's Herculean. And it's a deluge, yes, but we are afloat and buoyant. We are not drowning, and it's not a sordid situation. Come to Mumbai and find out. One day of half the rain anywhere else in India, that's when you say, oh my God, what a situation, how hopeless it all looks.
No, but
they're not prepared to cope. Come to Delhi, a few drops of rain and everyone takes
We've had that today. We've had that today, by the way, and it's absolute hell here in Delhi as well. We don't discriminate. The question is, but Shobha De, with the greatest of respect, you're putting it on the spirit and resilience of Mumbaikars. They don't have a choice. They don't have a choice but to go to work. You're acting like they do it willingly.
Choice. Yes, what they do have a choice about is in kicking out people the next elections around the corner. If they think they've been let down, kick the guys out who they're holding responsible for what has gone wrong in the management of an unprecedented flooding situation in the city, unprecedented even by what history tells us. Yes, there is corruption. Yes, we have thefts of copper wires. We have manholes being stolen. I mean, yes, there has to be accountability. There has to be someone who stands up and says, well, from next year, hold me responsible if this happens again. And we will and we shall. In the meantime, yes, what choice do we have, as you rightly put it? But that will not keep us down. What we can be is far more proactive in electing kind of peer representatives who are right now in positions of great power. We have one of the richest municipalities on earth. Mumbai is supposed to be one of the richest cities in the world.
Yeah.
Today it's one huge big
Imagine.
swimming pool. And the average citizen is suffering. But, you know, we shrug, we smile, and we say, let's get on with it.
I just-
because what are we going to
I just feel
our civic officers.
I just feel the average Mumbaikar is like, I'm a little tired of smiling through my miseries, every time it rains just a little bit. I know Mumbai, it's a beautiful city. The Mumbaikars are fabulous people. Certainly the most resilient. All I'm saying is the buck needs to stop somewhere. Tara Deshpande, where does the buck stop? Shobha is right when she says, let the elections come and, hold people accountable because that's the only power people really have. The BMC elections haven't happened since 2017. Let's not forget. 2022 is when the term ended. There have been no elections since then. So that accountability has also not really been there. Shaina, I'll come to you last because you're the politician who will answer your two friends. But Tara, where does the buck stop?
Well, we've had 21 deaths in Maharashtra between August 15th and now because of flooding. So I think for these people, there's no tomorrow because they're gone. And one of the main reasons we have this kind of flooding is not because the BMC is not working at it. They are working at it. For instance, in 2024, they put up 16 new floodgates for the city. They bolstered up the embankments. They padded us with more boulders and cement and blocks. The Poisa River project started, which is one of the major nallas that's been blocked up, that has really created a lot of floods in that region. But our biggest problem as a city is that we have serious encroachment problems. When between 1860 and 1930, when our storm drains was first put in place in the colonial era, the understanding was that they'll deal with about 20 to 25 mm of water per hour. Right now in cloud bursts, we're getting 50 to 60 mm of water. So our storm drains, even though the BMC has widened some of them to about 50 mm, they are not coping well at all. So this needs to go to 100 mm. We need more urgency. We need to work faster, and we need more than what we've got. And considering that as a city, we pay the highest GST, we pay the most direct tax. I mean, in a sense, one would expect our streets would be paved in gold, not flooded with water. But it's not like the BMC is not doing stuff. It just is that we have this serious problem with encroachment. The Poisa River project has been stalled because of encroachment. The Mitti River, which was one of the most important floodgates, when the British put these drains up, the understanding was that any overflow that we have will basically go into low-lying areas or into the floodplains. The problem is we've reclaimed everything and we have no floodplains left. The Mithi River, which was one of the main areas where this water drained off, 620 acres of that have gone into the development of BKC. Kalina, which was a very important floodgate area, now the expansion of the airport has blocked that up. So we've basically densely built up so much. Where's the water going to go, Shiv?
But encroachment is, also comes under the purview of the administration.
Yes.
But Shaina, I'll bring you in. You've heard what Shobha and Tara Deshpande have said. They've said that the BMC is doing its job. And, I agree. Of course, the administration is doing its job. The issue is also accountability. It's also about priorities. Nobody's really paid a price for this kind of situation happening. Mumbaikars are smiling through it, but the truth is there is a huge amount of economic loss as a result of this flooding every year.
Huge.
So just to put a reference to context, in the past 5 days, Mumbai received nearly its entire monthly average rainfall for August. So you take an area like Santa Cruz, for example, that logged 791 mm in 5 days compared to 798 mm received for all of July. So the fact is the rain has been torrential. Our leader and the Deputy Chief Minister of Maharashtra, Eknath Shinde, was at the emergency control room today. And he said that, in the last 6 hours, Mumbai recorded 200 millimeters of rain. In the past 24 hours itself, 350 millimeters of rain. So obviously, this is something that the Mumbaikar understands, and that's why I welcome the comments made by Shobha and Tara. But you know, when you have low-lying areas, we have upped it to 525 pumps. When I say we, that means the administration. This is because this is not as if anyone is taking the credit of it. But the corporation has said that, you know, when you have 525 pumps that are working to make sure that they expedite the water drainage, we have to also look at Mumbai holistically. So when Tara talks about encroachment, I would want to say that there are localities like Vikhroli, which got 255 mm, Baikala that got 241 mm, Juhu that got 221 mm, you have Bandra which got 211 mm. So it's all across the city. If at all, it's areas like Mahalakshmi, etc., which got the least, which is 72.5 mm. So if we look at this holistically, what does this say? It says that yes, it has impacted the lives of Mumbaikars, but this has been torrential rain like never before. The trains that were delayed, the 14 long distance trains that had to be cancelled, we do understand that this is going to be a huge impact on the citizen, whether it's the flights which were cancelled, which was the least of the concerns at this juncture. But for the common citizen, they have to understand also that the administration is trying to do its very best. And the BMC's reaction today, Shiv, which I think needs to also be taken into cognizance, where whether it's essential services or making sure that schools and colleges remain shut, the work from home that we saw in the past, sometimes you have to you have to accept that this is an unusual scenario, and despite the BMC deploying additional BEST buses and civic teams which have been on ground to clear even uprooted trees. I mean, to man a city like Mumbai is a Herculean task.
No, it's true.
And I completely agree with what Shobha said, that if this kind of rain in Delhi or any other part of the country, the city would have collapsed.
The city
Here,
has...
Mumbai continues to smile
Let me
and
confirm to you.
slug it out, as does the political class
Let
too.
me confirm to all three of you that Delhi has collapsed today. Delhi has completely collapsed today with some rain. I have absolutely no qualms in saying it. You know me, I do not city shame. I've been to all these cities, they all belong to me. But the question is, Mumbai is special. We can all agree on that. Mumbai is special. It holds a special position, not just in terms of emotion and sentiment and resilience, as Shobha said, but it is if Mumbai, India catches a cold. It's as simple as that. It's a city that has ramifications for every one of us as well. Shobha, last question to you, looking forward right now, do you think, because encroachment is not going to end. Climate change means weather is going to only get worse. Construction is not going to stop. All these infirmities that compound this situation are not going to end overnight. So next year could very well be worse.
The thing is, we should have a plan B, which is a long-term plan. It's not about going from 1 year to the next year and saying, okay, this year we have so many pumps and they're all in working order. Yes, the desilting has been extremely successful this year, which indeed it has. Given the garbage and the foul water that people of the city are actually wading through, some of them even swimming in it, seeing the rafts taking people up and down the city because they don't want to give up on their jobs, they want to go out there, try their best to get to their workplace, is not enough. Next year, maybe, or for the next 5 years, we need to have a concrete plan in place. And if we don't have the expertise, I believe we do, we just need to get the right people, perhaps some international experts on the subject of flooding, and get down to work and come up with something, a blueprint for the next 5 years, for the next 10 years, because the city is changing and so many areas of it have already been changed, as Tara pointed out. Acres and acres of land, the encroachments have gobbled up. These are, vicious and corrupt builders in cahoots with political parties who really are not invested. They don't give a damn how the average citizen makes it, doesn't make it, which businesses tank. It's not their problem. They really are not stakeholders. We are. So it's up to us to demand such a blueprint for the future, for the next 5 years, 10 years. Because as you can see, even our coastline has completely changed.
I'm
Forget
told,
about
yes.
everything has changed. And the high rises, which are not really adding anything to the city apart from an index which the builders and the politicians are taking advantage of, they are a menace to the city, most of them. And people, whether they live in the high
Right.
rises or in jhoppadis, at the end of the day, the deluge spares nobody. And that's how it's equalized.
It's a leveler. I agree with you. I completely agree with
a
you. But
leveler.
there is certainly a section that suffers more than the others. That I agree completely with you, Shobha. There, and I'll let that be the last word. That if it's about people action, that they'll have an opportunity during the BMC election. That hopefully will come next year. Shaina will tell us if it's not, but hopefully it'll come early next year. In February, we're told, is when the Mumbai Municipal Corporation will finally have its long-delayed election, and maybe people power can, express what it really feels about flooded Mumbai. We wish only the best for the beautiful city of Mumbai. Shaina,
Thank you.
Shobha and Tara Deshpande, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
Thank you.